Imagine a single moment that could shape the future of humanity, a moment born from guilt, ambition, and a vision for peace. On November 27, 1895, in a dimly lit room at the Swedish-Norwegian Club in Paris, an aging Alfred Nobel, inventor of dynamite and industrialist extraordinaire, sat down with pen in hand. An inventor, an industrialist, a scientist. Nobel held 355 different patents, with dynamite being his most famous invention. His work revolutionized construction and demolition, making tasks that once seemed impossible, achievable. What he did that day would immortalize his name, not for the explosions he created, but for the global legacy of progress he sparked. What made this man, whose inventions brought both destruction and prosperity, decide to devote his vast fortune to celebrating peace, science, and humanity's best achievements? Paris, 1895. Alfred Nobel was 62 years old. His health was failing, and his conscience weighed heavy. Nobel had amassed a fortune from his inventions, particularly dynamite, a tool that revolutionized construction and warfare alike. But Alfred Nobel was also a man haunted by his legacy. 8 years earlier, in 1888, he had experienced a shock that many never face in their lifetime. His brother Ludwig Nobel had died, but a French newspaper mistakenly published an obituary for Alfred instead. The headline read, "The Merchant of Death is dead." It described Nobel as a man who had grown rich by enabling the mass killing of others. That misprint was a wake-up call. Alfred Nobel, though private and enigmatic, deeply cared about how history would remember him. And so, that winter day in Paris, he took steps to rewrite his story and humanity's future. At the Swedish-Norwegian Club, Nobel's trusted assistants and a Parisian notary bore witness to a document that would shock his family and colleagues. Nobel's will directed the bulk of his vast estate, equivalent to over $300 million today, to establish a series of prizes awarded annually in 5 categories: physics, chemistry, medicine, literature, and peace. These prizes would recognize individuals who have conferred the greatest benefit to humankind. It was a bold, almost radical gesture. Nobel's family, who expected to inherit his immense wealth, were outraged when they learned of the will after his death a year later. The scientific and literary communities, however, were stunned and intrigued. Who was this industrialist who wanted to champion intellectual and moral progress? The most controversial of the prizes was the Peace Prize. Nobel had become friends with Austrian pacifist Bertha von Suttner, whose book Lay Down Your Arms deeply influenced him. She had persuaded Nobel to consider using his wealth to promote peace, a sharp contrast to his invention of dynamite. When Nobel died on December 10, 1896, chaos erupted. His will faced fierce legal challenges from his family, and the logistics of creating an international prize foundation were daunting. Who would manage it? How could such an ambitious vision be realized? For nearly 5 years, disputes raged, but in 1901, the first Nobel Prizes were awarded in Stockholm and Oslo, marking the beginning of an extraordinary legacy. The prizes honored achievements that reshaped humanity's understanding of the world. Wilhelm Röntgen won the inaugural Physics Prize for discovering X-rays. Sully Prudhomme, a French poet, received the Literature Prize, and the first Peace Prize went to Henry Dunant, the founder of the Red Cross, and Frederick Passy, a leading advocate for international arbitration. Nobel's vision had come to life, and the world took notice. The Nobel Prizes have become a symbol of humanity's relentless pursuit of progress. They celebrate individuals who challenge the boundaries of knowledge, foster peace, and elevate our understanding of the human condition. From Albert Einstein's theory of relativity to Marie Curie's pioneering research on radioactivity, the Nobel Prizes have shone a spotlight on discoveries that transform our world. In literature, the prize has celebrated voices that define eras, like Gabriel Garcia Marquez and Toni Morrison. And the Peace Prize? It has honored icons like Martin Luther King Jr., Malala Yousafzai, and Nelson Mandela. All of this was made possible by one man's decision to redefine his legacy. Alfred Nobel turned guilt into action, creating a global platform for the very best of humanity. It is a symbol of humanity's potential for greatness. The faces of the laureates reflect the determination and passion that drive them to achieve the extraordinary. It is a reminder that we can overcome challenges and strive for a better tomorrow. The achievements of Nobel laureates serve as a testament to what we can accomplish when we work together towards common goals. Alfred Nobel's story reminds us that even the most complicated legacies can be transformed. His vision, written on a piece of paper in Paris, became a beacon of hope and progress for generations to come. What do you think about Nobel's decision? Could you have imagined turning a fortune born from explosives into a legacy of peace and discovery? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want to dive deeper into this fascinating history, check out the links in the description and the first pinned comment. You'll find books that uncover the incredible stories behind the Nobel Prizes and how they continue to shape our world today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who loves learning about the stories that define humanity. Together, let's keep exploring the moments that change our world.